Hello, and welcome to Blue Cup Chronicles, where we talk about everyday life situation and simple common sense. I'm your host, Shonda,
I'm Tan.
And I'm Jen.
and we are about to blow your mind. Ladies, what is in your cup tonight?
You know it's after 5. I got something in my cup. Don't tell nobody.
Well, I'm gonna have to get on y'all on your level one day, but not today. I'm drinking a little H2O.
Yeah, and I'm not on that level tonight either, lady. I just got me some simple chamomile. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna keep it simple tonight. So, ladies, how was your day today?
Girl, my day was so trying, but I got through it, and I have to be thankful that I did get through it without breaking anything. Cause
I know that's right.
I
I
get a
know
little
that's
angry.
right.
I get a little angry sometimes.
What about you, Jen? How was your day?
That was good. That was good. I got through all my the counseling sessions that people came to me for. I got through them with flying colors, was singing a little tune in my head. So it was an excellent day.
I know that's right. I know that's right. And I just hung with the kiddos today. It's pretty much all we did. We didn't, went to the park, had a little bit of fun. That was pretty much it today. Yeah. So we got gossip with Jen. Of course, what's going on in the world tonight, Jen?
Well, what caught my eye was my girl Tamar Braxton. Love Tamar Braxton, but she's okay. So we all know Tamar. In July, she did the, try to take a life thing, attempted suicide.
Right.
Got out, did her little tweet, thank God for a second chance. But all of a sudden, 7 weeks after everything goes on, she takes out a restraining order. Her ex-boyfriend takes out a restraining order on her, and she does not understand that for some simple reason. She, yet again, Tamar is playing the victim. Okay, so I'll put it like this. Okay, so on September the 25th, he filed a restraining order against the star for assaulting him. So she's trying to throw it back to say, well, maybe, okay, she's the victim role. We all, they always got to play the victim role. She's the victim. She was physically and mentally abused by David, which I don't. If that was the case, David would have called 911 for you when you tried to kill yourself. Period. Point blank. This is what she wrote on her Twitter. Okay, ready?
Yeah.
Give, give it to us, girl.
All I know is these dudes will manipulate you when they do some bullshit. Then act like it's your job to protect them when the shit's all over you. I'm not. Can y'all read anything that I'm not? I'm not. I'm still trying to figure this out. Why the restraining order came and she wrote this? Can y'all have any suggestions on this tweets that she did?
I actually love Tamar Braxton.
I do too.
I do too.
It's so hard for me to talk about her in a negative way. Like when I heard about the committing suicide, I was like, what? And the first thing I said was, I wonder if he might have did something to her. Like, I blamed him like immediately, like, nah, I don't think she would do that. But then, I mean, I do admit she can be a lot of drama. She do like a lot of attention. Um, but when she opened that mouth and sang, I forget everything that's going on.
And that cause okay, she did in another post. She admitted that she has been battling mental health issues for some time now. So it couldn't have been something that he did because she admitted to the fact that she was battling the mental health issues. But now she's trying to play this victim role that, oh, I was mentally and physically abused when you already said in a later post that you are battling mental issues.
So
Why are you playing the victim? Because this man, heck, you probably not trying to throw a pan up against this man head. I'm just saying.
I mean, maybe,
right.
maybe.
right there.
I mean, I did, okay. So when I first read it, I was wondering, like, well, how could you say that if he was the one that actually called 911? But then he could be one of them type that, just don't want that on his hand. I don't want you to kill yourself. I want to be the one to do it.
Girl,
I don't,
that you right.
hey,
That's a
he
whole
could.
lot of mess.
No, okay. So remember Ike and Tina Turner. Remember that scene?
Girl,
She tried to kill herself, and he whispered in her ear, "You can't do this. I'll kill you." How you
I
gonna
kid.
kill somebody that's already gonna be dead because she already tried to kill herself? I'll kill you. He wanted to kill her. He
He
didn't
wanted to
want her
kill
to be
her.
able to kill herself.
Okay. So she did this other tweet right before that. Okay, so I'm thinking this is what I'm getting for because she said, how come I am only the last one to know? Which is let me know maybe maybe he stepped out on a relationship. Maybe that happened because that's what she's treated. How am I always the last one to know? So that break made me think about, oh, okay, maybe he stepped out, she couldn't take it, and when she confronted him about it, he may have said, "Yeah, this may happen." It was a slip up, and that's when she tried to do what she did. Some women can't take it.
That's true.
That's true.
I love Tamar to death, but come on, what matter of fact, common sense ain't common sometimes for them. So you
You
just
already know.
you
That's why we here, baby. You already know.
know,
Look,
man.
I
This man took the restraining order out. She gonna try to do something to that man because he tried to leave.
right. She's trying to do something to him, but
Well,
yet he has to
no,
have respect for
maybe
what?
he took that restraining order out to try to beat her from her doing it first.
That's right.
Try to make it seem like
That's
he's
right.
the victim because he already know the truth was already coming out about things that he was doing. So now he got to try to flip the role like it's not me that's manipulating her or being abusive to her mentally or physically. It's her doing it to
Her
me.
doing it.
So he went on and took it out on her first. He just beat her to it. He just beat
That
her
that
to it.
could be, that is really plausible.
Quotations. Being a reality show star for 11 years is slowly killing me. She
That
has been. That
that's what
yes,
she
yes,
said.
that's what she said. So she has
Girl.
been doing all her business. I mean, even on the Braxtons, all of them they let all of their business out on there, but she let every little juicy secret she had out on the show.
Oh, yeah.
So now you got people they still remember this stuff, they still talking about it. Come on now, that's your fault.
That's true.
That's
Tracy, Trina, Tony, Tawana, all them, they let certain stuff slip out, but she spilled everything going on.
Everything. She did.
Got
She
Yes,
did.
she did.
She
Yes,
did.
she did. Yes, she did. She told all the business, all the family secrets, everything.
every
So you have to know that maybe something
Was
is
gonna
getting
come
to
back
her
and bite
now.
your ass.
Yep,
yeah, but
exactly.
her being in reality for 11 years is slowly killing her. So my take on it, it's all about her. David, he's just, maybe he has stepped out because she acted foolish or something, and
It's
she
true.
couldn't that, because y'all know seen that Vince was on the show and he was at his wits end at times. So think about what Poe David going through.
Girl, I forgot. Wait, girl, I forgot she not with Vince no more. Now,
No. Where you
girl,
been, girl?
girl, look, under a rock, minding my damn business.
But she would have stayed. She should have stayed with Vince. Listen to him. She would be all right.
Yeah.
She would be all
I
right.
thought they were a great couple, but okay,
They
so
were,
I got to get my speed back up because I
I
but
couldn't
still
keep
love
up.
her though.
couldn't
I
take that
still
Vince.
love her though. That voice
I
is
love her.
I really
amazing.
But she couldn't take that Vince lost all that weight. He had to do it medically. She's talking about she used her big dad. Her big dad, he got to do this for his health. She didn't like the fact that he was losing all this weight, getting all this. To him, it
Well,
was
some
Oh,
women is not attracted to skinny men. I mean, I
yep.
understand
he
exactly
wasn't
what
that
she means.
he wasn't that skinny though. He slimmed down a little bit,
But
but he
if he was big and that's what she like and that's what she's attracted to, then you can't be mad at her.
That's
That's
right.
like, hold on. That's just like when you got these women out here that's 150 pounds, 140 pounds before marriage, before kids, and then all of a sudden, now the woman and gained weight. She done
She
had two,
had
three babies.
kids.
Now she done added on 100 pounds. She's no longer attracted to him. Now he want that skinny girl again. It's no different. And I
That's
hate that
true.
because it seems like when a woman do it, we get judged. But when a man do it, what the hell?
It's
She
okay.
did nothing no differently than what a man has done to a woman for many years. For many, she liked what she liked, and you can't be. She liked them love handles. She liked that flap to keep her warm at night.
okay, but okay. You said it, but David is not a big dude. David is muscular.
Mm.
Hey, but
He been muscular.
he might be the size that she like. I mean, is he? I mean, you man, it's a difference with the weights, the way he lost the weight,
Yeah, it
and
is. Maybe
it.
maybe she thought she wanted like a different, maybe she thought she wanted a big guy, love him, and then no, went to a small guy. He lost weight, some things you like, no, I liked you because you look like this. This is
Or
what
he might have
attracted me.
lost weight, and that might have shrunk too, and she didn't want that little bitty itty shit down there no more. It wasn't good no more. Cause when you lose weight everywhere, and that might have shrunk right along with his ass, and
No,
she didn't want that little shit no more.
when guys lose weight, they thing get a little bigger.
Bullshit.
Cause it decreased the stomach and it put it
No.
back where it belongs. You say nah.
Bullshit. It just allowed them to see it now. That's all. They could just see it now.
Oh.
They couldn't see it before. Now.
Yeah, but the
You better tell me.
What?
I say you better tell me. But girl,
What?
I didn't made a guy lose weight just so I could feel what was going on.
Hey, I'm sure it didn't get that much bigger than what it was. It didn't. It didn't. It didn't. I can tell you now it didn't.
hold on,
It did.
I'm
Just
It
trying.
like
didn't get
when we
much
women
bigger. A
lose
little
weight,
bigger
the
was all I
first thing,
want.
just like when we women lose weight, the first thing that goes is our breast and our butt. Okay?
No, 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 no,
Not
no,
me,
no,
not
no.
me. My breast
Mine
don't go
did.
nowhere.
Mine did.
I I have always been big, but I did lose an exceptional weight amount of weight a long time ago. I had the big breast, but once I lost weight, them heifers didn't go a goddamn place. They didn't
Girl.
go nowhere.
Well, mine did. Mine disappeared. They said, whoop, you didn't have none before. Now you really ain't got none. Goodbye.
Oh, oh no,
Goodbye.
I've always had
I was
decent.
okay with that. I'm okay with that.
Of
But,
course.
I don't fault her for divorcing him if that's not what
No.
she was attracted to.
Right.
Why
This
be with
woman
somebody for the rest
divorced
of your
him, but
life?
she did not know how to separate work from home. And
Mm.
that was his biggest thing with her getting into the music industry with him being her manager. That she does not, when they're home, it should be just home. But she always brought up work and why are you doing this for this artist and you're not doing this for me and stuff like that. Work
Oh,
is work and home is home.
a little jealous maybe. Okay.
I mean, yeah, I get that, but that's probably why you shouldn't have had your husband as your manager.
Pretty much. Pretty much.
Because as much as you would like to turn that off, you can't
You
turn that
can't.
off. You're gonna go to work and you're gonna see this person's face. You're gonna come home and you'll see this person's face. And if you didn't
Still
resolve
see.
any issues at work, are you supposed to just sit there and hold on to that shit? Oh, baby,
No.
it's 5 o'clock. Sorry, my office hours from 9 to 5. Bring this shit
So
back up at 9 o'clock. No, we're gonna talk about this shit at home, in the car, elevator. at the park, wherever is comfortable for me to talk about it.
That's right.
So maybe you shouldn't be my manager. That's why my husband ain't my manager. I would have
Yeah.
fired him a long time ago anyway.
I'm just, I'm back on, I'm back on because I'm trying to figure out. I'm looking up something else on and trying to dig more deeper into it. Cause David was oh, he was a nice dude. He treated her like a queen, also, and
Like Vince.
That's right.
that's what gets me. She found one that treated her like a queen. I'm trying to dig deeper into why he took out this
Restraining order.
order against her.
Girl.
Okay.
Well, even if wait, but you got to think about this.
Hold on. Okay.
Even if a person like maybe if she raised her hand up like to hit him, I mean that's grounds for it. Yes, you can get a restraining order.
Oh, okay. You said what now, saying?
I say, and when you if maybe if she raised a hand up at him or something, threaten him. That's grounds for a restraining order. It's not. You got to actually beat him up. She was beating him up.
I just actually went to another site that I can get more information on. The 42-year-old Tamar Braxton attacked David while he was driving his Rolls Royce and caused him to crash.
Girl. So she endangered both of their life while
Yeah, basically.
trying to be oh
And I wonder what
that's
Braxton
so
in that
smart.
car. Ain't that little boy named Braxton?
Who, her son?
Oh, her
Uh-huh.
son?
Today.
I don't know.
I
I
can't
don't know
remember.
either. I wonder if he was in the car. So she had
Right.
engaged folk live. There's another folk live. You endangerpeoplelive.com.
And then you you wonder why.
Was was that his word or was that her word too?
Actually, it had to be both of theirs because they actually took it. Yep, that was the last time they spoke. They say after that happened, September 9th, he actually filed the restraining order that day.
So that's why
Okay,
because he
it's
was
his word. Yeah, it's his word in the report, and for them to the restraining order has been approved. So therefore, if for that restraining order to be approved, that judge agreed in his favor. She not be
Okay, but hold on, I got a scenario for you. Okay, so that's why I asked you, was that his word or her word? So
it was
I
his
got a
word.
scenario. Here goes scenario. What if he's driving down the street, they arguing, and like I said, he want to kill her. He decide I'm gonna kill both of us, and I'm gonna crash this damn car, and he crashed his own car, thinking he gonna kill both of them or kill her. And then she say you crazy. I'm gonna go take a restrainer. I'm gonna do all this, and then he beat her to it, and he take it out on her. I'm
Okay.
sorry. I mean, there's just too many defenses that without like I said, there's his side, her side, and then there's
and the truth. Yeah,
and that's the
baby.
truth. So he's saying one thing, she's saying he's a manipulator, he's abusive, he's all of these things, and he trying to clear up his name. So this restraining order will look good. I really think maybe he tried to kill both of them in that car. He said, we both gonna die today, and it didn't work out that way. Maybe he wasn't going fast enough. He should have hit it just on his side.
You
He should have hit it just on his side.
but still that's so messed up because
Well,
when
that's I'm sure that's what he was trying to do.
girl
It was gonna be a homicide, suicide. That's exactly what he was trying to do.
wow.
And now he's
Okay.
trying to clear that shit up with that restraining order. I don't believe it. Tamar, you
You
got my
right.
girl. You can sing them notes. I wish I could sing like you, but I can't.
Say my
Love you,
girl.
Tamar.
Tell me I love you, baby. Love you, baby.
The
Yeah,
blue
don't mess up her songs and nothing like
the blue cup loves you, and we
yes, we do.
support you, honey. You do what you gotta do.
Yes, yes.
Absolutely. Always stay safe though. Always stay safe.
Today, we are discussing kids that feel entitled or disrespectful kids. Or that's what we call them. We're going to open up the tables to Tan first. Tan, how do you feel about this newer generation? When I say newer generation, I'm going to say from the age of 18 up to 28.
Those little suckers think we owe them something. Don't nobody owe you nothing, and they always turning up. Look, that generation is raised on drug user music. My generation was raised on drug making money selling drugs music. So this whole millennials, they got like twisted. It's not all about getting fucked up. It's about, making money, be somebody, make something out of yourself. And they always think you owe them something. What the hell? They think you owe them something. It's not cool. They always, come on, gimme, 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 gimme. And I want it now, now, now. I don't want to wait till tomorrow. I don't want to wait till next week. I want everything right now. You have to give it to me now because I want it. I want to turn up. I want to do whatever. These kids are absolutely, some of them, I can't say all of them. I can't say all of them. Some of them are just on the turn up mode and not thinking about the future. Some of them not thinking about it at all. They have it out here having babies real early, which really costs money, making their mamas, their parents take care of the kids.
Okay. Jen, what is your input on in regards to how do you feel about disrespectful kids that feel entitled, or do you? I mean, what's your input on that?
These kids, these are a different breed of kids now. When I
Yeah.
tell you a different breed, I mean a total different breed. I don't know what they were bred from because they think, like Tan said, when they say something, they want you to jump. If something happens, they get in a entanglement. They want they want mom and daddy to help them out of it. That's not right. And like she said, my generation, we was on that. Y'all had the making money when y'all were coming up. See, I'm an 80s baby. When I was growing up, it was the love making music, stuff like that. And basically, it was still on the verge of rap game. It was still on the verge, like you said, of trying to get the money. But
Yeah.
I don't understand this generation. I just look in awe and figure it out, but you can't really get inside of their heads for some
So
reason.
That's true.
I actually have the input of a 20-year-old. Okay, so I reached out to a 20-year-old and asked, why do we feel like they may be entitled or things like that, and I wanted to get their input on how they feel. So this is one of the messages. I don't think my generation is entitled. I think that there's other facts that make us seem like that. We grew up with more resources and technology, so our life didn't have to be as hard as our parents. We have the dictionary and more at the top of our fingers. First off, little girl, we have the dictionary, but I'm going to skip over that.
Come on.
Okay.
Tell us.
Now, the difference is we see it as a helpful resource, but the older generation will view it as a crutch and that we're being lazy. But that's what smartphones are for, right? Easier and faster access to information is also why our generation is the most educated generation, but no one wants to admit it.
Oh.
No,
Oh. Yeah. Okay.
Ladies,
Yeah.
wait a minute.
no.
Wait. Okay.
Y'all the most educated but begging mother. Ooh, lovers,
They
Lord.
not the more educated like they said. They got the smartphone. We had the dictionaries. We didn't have the smartphones. We didn't. Basically, some of us that had cell phone growing up.
Girl.
The thing about it
It
is now.
surprised me that they feel like we didn't have the dictionary. Maybe they
Right.
assume
That's
we had
hilarious.
was the encyclopedias. It's still dictionaries.
You got the dictionary.
But see, what they fail to realize is that they got the smartphone. Only thing they do is say, Google, what is such and such? Siri, Alexa. That's all they do. They call it out,
Right,
they read it out to them. They ain't even got to pick up a book to read.
girl.
I'm telling you exactly what it is.
So
Look,
she's saying that that's the reason why we call them lazy because they have all that technology at their
I
hands and we did not have that. We had to go out, we had to actually research
we
the
had to
stuff. We
go
had
to
to
the
go to
library.
the library.
Exactly.
We had to look
Yes,
it up. We had to read
do
about
the
it. We had to
guesswork
type
and
it.
stuff.
So we didn't have it. I mean, we did have computers. I mean,
Yeah,
I do remember what was that old little game that we all used to play growing up? It was a wagon game and a trail. What was that damn game?
I
It was
don't
like a
know,
pioneer game.
but I had Atari.
No, it was on a computer.
I had a PC Junior. I don't know, IBM PC Junior. It was
It
little.
was it was I can't
I
remember
don't
that
know
game
the
that was
name
on
of
the
the game.
computer. It was something trail. I know it was something trail. But I remember that game and it was an old game. But I mean I was born in I'm a 79 baby. So I still had a computer, sweetie. I mean
Right.
I had cell
I
phones. I
had,
mean we had beepers.
yes. They was
You
big
know,
bricks,
so
but I had one.
yeah.
When it
I
first
mean,
came out, yeah, I had a big brick.
yeah, I mean, but we just didn't have the access to the internet as much
Internet,
as they
right.
do now. But
Right.
I still have that stuff.
Yeah.
Wow. So
Yeah.
that was interesting. Yeah. Um, and then here's another one. So I'm gonna get you guys input on this one. Listen to this. So the planet is dying, and the boomers are the ones that killed it. There's a digital clock, and you can look this up. In Manhattan, the counts in Manhattan, I'm sorry, in Manhattan, that counts down how much time the world has left before we're left with an irreversible climate damage that would destroy the planet. We have 7 years left. So a lot of young people advocate for these issues to be taken care of, but the government doesn't want to because their campaigns are sponsored by the companies emitting the most fuel. So it all goes back to the money and greed. The older generations aren't going to live long enough to see the damage. Therefore, they do not care about it at all. I think by 2060, we're going to be completely fucked and the planet will die. We're already having bigger hurricanes, bigger tornadoes. The whole planet is on fire. Do you want the science behind this? I took a climate class, climate change
You
class,
know
but it's
what?
a lot more info. But I can give you some facts behind each of the statements if you like. That was from press, from the mind of a 20-year-old.
Good.
So what do you ladies feel about that one? The planet is dying and it's our fault.
Okay, the planet. Okay, I must kind of agree that the planet is. It's, but you don't. No, I don't agree. It's not dying. It's not dying. Shit, we've been here so many eons now that we've done bad stuff, done good stuff to help the planet. But look, we're not going nowhere, no time soon. All that
She
7 year,
said
eight
we
years.
have 7 years
Look,
left.
people have.
Damn, I won't
That's
even
a
be
day.
50.
I don't believe that. I don't believe that at all. Period. How you gonna tell me how much time I got left? Like I don't have a time. I don't have a stamp on the bottom of my foot, and I know neither one of you have a stamp on the bottom of your foot telling you when you're going to die. Look, the planet has been through some BS. All right. Yes, it has. However, that doesn't mean that the planet is just going to dissipate. A lot of people was already predicted this a long time ago. The world is gonna end. I remember when 1999 they told it crash. It was gonna 2000. It was gonna crash and everything. Everything was gonna be all messed up. And guess what? We woke up the next day, and guess what happened? Not nothing.
We still had to go to work.
Still
Still had
had
to
to
go
go
to
to
work.
work.
Still
Didn't
had to go to
shit
work.
crash. Nothing. So I'm gonna need people to stop trying to predict what's really gonna happen. When look at here, the baby boomers are the people that are our parents that did the crap. But look, they didn't have no. They didn't know. They didn't know what you know. When as you get older, you grow. You know. You learn. How the hell you gonna know that you emitting this bogus bullshit in the planet, in our atmosphere, that's gonna make the climate change. They didn't know. They was trying to live,
What
trying
about
to
you,
get
Jen?
around. They was trying to get around. You know, the because of the the emissions in the air is from, cars and vehicles. Okay, so they made vehicles for us to get around. Don't get mad. Look, they did. They did. The factories did, but those factories are feeding us. I'm just saying. So what we supposed to do? What was we supposed to do?
I guess
Without them, we would be dumb as hell. We ain't had no food, nothing.
Okay, go ahead,
well,
Jen.
I'm guessing we gotta close. We need to sense. They're saying all this. These 20-year-old minds. I guess we need to close down the factories. Then how you won't have your nice clothes, your shoes, your food. What you gonna eat. Y'all don't know how to live off the land like we do. We can plant us a garden and survive.
Say
That's true.
You know what I'm saying? Like you say, the mission and everything. I mean, it's the trucks, the trains. These are getting placed, the stuff, essential stuff that you need from point A to point B. If you didn't have that, you won't have nothing.
nothing.
Nothing at all. And you have to look at all of that. Like you say, as time goes on, we grow and we learn of what is happening to the environment. And we can only try to correct it. It's not that the government doesn't want to try to correct it, because that may be a small part of it, but a big part of it is you have people stuck in their ways. They don't want to change.
Girl,
Like when
yeah.
the recycling thing came about, these older people cannot get into recycling. They are stuck in their ways, and they're going to do it the way they want to do it.
That's true. That's
Okay.
so true. But I know young people that don't like to recycle either. They just throw
Exactly.
everything in the same bag, talking about it's all trash. It's going to the same place.
That's
It's
true.
not helping.
So here's another one, still from a mind of perspective from a 20-year-old. They state, now on to the money. We are all poor. We're digging out a hole that 2 generations before us fucked up. For example, I get paid $13 an hour. The cheapest rent you can find where I live is $550 with roommates. If you want to live alone in a 1 bedroom, that's already $1,200 a month without utilities. Way out of budget. If a student work a full-time job, let's say 40 hours a week for an entire summer, he or she would have worked 480 hours. In 1979, it took a student working at minimum wage $2.90 per hour, 385 hours to pay off 1 year of average of college tuition. Today, it would take them 2,229 hours working at the federal minimum wage of $7.25 per hour to pay 1 year of average college tuition. Now, for reference, the average American is for 6,278 hours a year. It takes 7,049 hours to work off a year's tuition at Columbia.
Listen, I'm just,
Wait a minute,
I,
but hold on. I'm gonna speak on this one because this person said in
girl,
1979 it took a
girl.
student working a minimum wage $2.90, only 385.5 hours to pay off 1 year of college. 385 hours. It's taking today 2,229 hours. Let's see what that difference is. I ain't no math whiz here, but we about to see
Girl.
what that difference is. That's going to be 1,843.5 extra hours that these younger generations have to work in order to pay off more money if they college. I gotta agree with them on that because the college was come on now, I paid my student loan off really easy, really easy. I
I'm
can pay
still in
off
debt.
one of my
I'm still in
kids.
debt.
Well, girl, shit.
I'm still
Depending
in
on
debt
how long you
because
went
you know what? I got to change my majors. But look at here, times change. damn it, the money value change over years. So back in the day, when you could rent an apartment, a 4-bedroom apartment, for $400 a month, that was actually 8 rooms in the whole house. It has changed. Inflation. It's inflation. So that's what is really going on. Inflation. And baby, them student loans, you can always defer, boo-boo. And you can always get on the income-based repayments. That way they look at your income and say, oh, guess what? You don't owe us nothing this month.
But how long they gonna be paying that?
Forever. Look, you can defer your damn student loans for forever. As long as your income is below a certain level, you good. You don't have to worry about paying that. Or you can have a very lower payment that instead of $898.65, which was mine, a month. That's what they want me to pay. And you if you defer it, if you fill out the proper forms, income-based repayment, everybody, income-based repayment. Right. They look at your income, and that's how much. And guess what? You can defer your it will come up as zero, because guess how much I got to pay a month now? I'm just saying.
What about you, Jen? How do you feel about what this one said, this message? The cheapest rent is $550 with roommates, and a 1-bedroom is $1,200 with utility. I mean, without utility. That's a lot of money for a student. It is.
Yeah,
it is.
But you can also live on campus. What are you talking? I don't understand what she's talking about. You can live on campus and get your meals paid and everything. You don't have to worry about all that.
But then loans still come in place there, because I have 4 older kids. I have a 20-year-old that's college. So I understand the meal plan. I went through that. I understand the tuition. Baby, I'm telling you right now, even if you went through financial aid, that ain't covering it, honey. That ain't covering it. One semester you looking at $24,000. So
yeah,
that's not covering it. So now these kids got to go out here and get 1, 2, 3 student loans to cover the rest. Now, unfortunately, my daughter, unfortunately for me, my daughter was too young to get any student loan when she first started, because she was only 16 going on 17 when she first started college. Yes. So the loan had to go on dad and I name. So we end up getting a parent plus loan like we back in college, even though we not in college. So I got a student loan on my report now that don't fucking belong to me. You know? And they looking at me like, damn, how old are you? You weren't done with school? Yes, I was done with school. This is not my student loan. This is my daughter's student loans. But it's the fact that I can see alone what that amount was versus what she got from sponsors or from financial aid. It wasn't a lot. And then you got to think about all the money they need to still buy deodorant, toothpaste, food. I mean, I was literally sending care packages that was costing me hella. Girl, the care packages was like $40, $50, and the kids wasn't getting shit. You spending all this money. I started saying, you know what? It's smarter to go to Dollar Tree, rack up, and then just ship it all to her that way instead of buying.
Right. No, you don't buy the care packages from the damn college. No, no.
When she first went, but then her school was only 2 hours away. So what I would do is, go ahead and take that 2-hour drive once a month and take her shopping. Don't call me after that now. You eat all this shit up. I don't know what to tell you. You better ration out this shit out.
You so sweet. My parents weren't doing none of that shit. They would send me care pack. They weren't coming once a month to just I'm lying.
But see, again, she was only 16 going on 17. So
that was a long time ago.
I can't expect a 16-year-old to go out there and get a job and focus on her school. I want her to really focus on her education. So that's why we did that for her. But I mean, she stayed on campus, and that was expensive. That was expensive. It is. So I get how some of them don't want to be on campus because they got to follow campus rules. They got to do certain things.
But the rules are okay.
You know,
the rules the rules really. For real. And when I first went away to Illinois State University, yeah. Look, we had rules. It was like I was upset, really, but now looking back on there, okay, yeah, you gotta have an ID to come into different buildings at night, different dorm rooms at different dorm buildings at night. Yes, and yeah, we was mad like, nah, that's too much trouble and all that, but it was actually keeping us from procreating too
Right.
damn early. I'm just saying.
What you want to say, Jen?
Now, me, I started college with Georgia Southern. What was it? I graduated high school 2001. Started that. It's high as heck. So I'm with her on that. It's high as heck. And I was like 2.5 hours away, 3 hours at the most. But yeah, I took my butt home. So just about every weekend. So I'm thinking, what you cooking, what you got left in the refrigerator, what I can take back with me
Yep.
on top of
Yep.
what.
Right.
Mama, what we going to the grocery store?
Yep.
I'm leaving tomorrow, right? It is. It's too high, and like when I went, it was, oh my god, it was it was out there. So I can imagine now
Yeah.
what
Right.
they're going through, and then too, like now they're saying it's much easier for someone with like a technical degree to get a good paying job
It sure
versus
is.
someone over
With
a
the
4
4-year college.
it's just it seems like now that 4 year is a waste because and I felt that way because they don't want to pay you for what
Girl,
you
say it.
pay. And someone who has a 2 year technical degree or associate degree, they can walk in there because they go in, they have that hands-on experience. Oh, I give you $15, $16 an hour, but you just want to give me 20. But I'm
Yeah.
it's really and that it's not, it's just too much.
Okay. So the next message I have is I think my generation can be wild, but I think that's also because there is a lack of hope and everything going on right now is so crazy. We grew up in a weird time. Most of us do not have any, sorry, real direction because funding for our schools were cut. We don't get the same classes you guys got, like home economics, shop, etc. Our lunch was also trash thanks to Michelle Obama. I learned about World War II and triangles for 2 years straight. I learned nothing from high school that was actually useful to my everyday life. So now these real life problems, like doing my taxes and filing for unemployment, I have no clue. I don't know how to fill out retirement benefits. I truly do not know a lot of things I should have learned as a teen in high school that I'm sure older generations learned in school.
Okay.
Look at here.
Let's hold on. Let's start with Jen. Let's start with Jen.
Okay. Yes, we had home economics and automotive high school. But hey, that was just you did what you had to do sometimes. But heck, half of the time it was a goof off class. But you home economics stuff like that. I know you had mama, grandma, uncle. Okay, for the women who wanted home economics. You had mama, you had grandma, you had auntie to teach you these basic skills, how to cook you a nice home cooked meal. For the automotive people, for the guys. Now you know Uncle Billy Bob was out there in that backyard, had a truck hitched up on some bricks every weekend. You
That's
go
right.
work,
That's
fix
right.
that truck, change them tires and all that. So that's what we did.
Yep.
You know, home economics and stuff, they taught what they thought that we needed to know. I didn't need to know how to sew a pillow. I can go to the store and buy a pillow. I didn't need to know that. I did not. Why do I need to know how to make a pillow from scratch? I ain't making nothing to sell.
I made a lot of pillows too in school.
Family stuff like this. As far as like the filling out the tax papers or unemployment stuff, we didn't learn how to fill out unemployment papers in school, tax papers and stuff like that. That was mama. You know how to fill it out. Can you help me? And
Yeah.
hope Now, and see the thing about it is, if they don't have mom and dad around, honey, y'all know how to use YouTube search it. It's somebody on there teaching it.
That's true.
They said they had the smartphones at their hands, so Google it.
Right. They better
Because
use it.
we didn't learn that in school. We learned how to file our taxes on our own, or like
Pretty
you said,
much.
asking our parents, or like that, or going to H&R Block or whatever. But
Right.
she that person is correct when it comes to home ec, because I do remember making pizza with them biscuits. I do remember going learning how to do all, I do remember sewing the pillows. I remember even taking a whole class where I literally made a dress, like had the patterns and learned how to sew. And but I'm 41 right now. I don't have a sewing machine. If something break, I most of the time I'm gonna throw the shit away. I'm not about to sew it and fix it. I'm just gonna go buy another one. So if a button pop off, I can put the button back on. But I don't have time to hem clothes up. If you don't get the right damn size from the jump, then I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm not hemming shit up. I'm not. All my kids had them kind of pants that had the elastic in the middle part where you can just pull it to stretch it to make it like a belt to where it fits. So you don't need to hem no more. They made it easier for the newer generation to fit their damn clothes. Well, us mamas don't have to sew and make it fit your ass. So I'm not sewing. Now, learning the biscuits and all that cooking, I appreciate that because you know, I still do that. I taught my 10-year-old how to make pizza with them biscuits. So,
Yeah,
hey,
but
Now, look, I didn't have home ec. I didn't have none of that
why
in
you
my
didn't
high
have
school.
home ec?
What?
Home ec
No.
was in everybody's school back then.
Hmm.
What school
Okay.
did you go to?
I went to Kenwood Academy. We were all of it was all about academics. It was not,
okay.
and it was when it was Kenwood Academy. It was now it's Kenwood High School. So I don't know what they got now, but I know back then in 19, yeah, long time
I
ago.
learned that in middle school though. We was doing home ec in 7th and 8th grade.
Hell
Right.
no. That look, they had like typing in seventh and eighth grade too, right? Told me I
Yeah.
couldn't go to typing because my scores were too high. I had to go to science. Ain't that about nothing? I'm like, but I'm gonna need to learn how to type. Mm. But my scores was too high, so I couldn't go to typing. I had to go to science. So that was like home ec. That was for me. For me, that was like home ec for me because it was all about science and learn. It was not about how your everyday life. It was about how to move to the next level from um, grammar school to high school to college. It was not. We didn't have those life skills in my high school. We didn't have that. We
Right.
didn't have that.
But do you think that the home ec and automotive classes got away because of the fact that conservation, y'all know we had old school teachers when we were doing
Look.
home ec.
Mm-hmm.
Right. Right.
Yeah.
So you got the new generation coming out. Do you think it's just they didn't want to use those because they learn those skills from mom and dad? You
Yep.
think they didn't want to use those skills to do these classes, or do y'all think it's just a school thinking it's a waste of time now?
I,
I
I,
think
I
it's
think
a
it's a school
school.
because it's not
I
offered.
must
It's
concur.
it's, it's not offered.
Yep. It's
When you
not.
go enroll your kids, so when we had the opportunity to do home ec, there was a list that you can choose
Right.
from. It wasn't just, oh, we strictly giving you home ec. You go where you wanted to go, whether it was home ec, whether
Oh,
it was sewing, whether it was automotive. Believe me, there was boys that wanted to cook. There was girls that wanted to
I'm
work on cars.
sure.
Now we
So
did have
you
those lists
right,
too.
you got to choose where you wanted to go. That is no longer an option. But you got to look at it like this. Look at Girl Scouts and Boy Scouts.
Okay.
Remember, you have the old persona where Girl Scouts didn't do anything but stitch and write checkbooks, learn, teach the girls how to write checks. We learned that in school as well. That's not being taught to these new kids. These
Nope.
new kids don't know how to write a check because they got a damn ATM card. Nobody's writing checks no more. You're swiping all the damn time.
Yep.
You're swiping. Now you got a chip. But we were taught how to write that. Just like
Yes.
Girl Scouts back in the days were taught how to write that. Now you got the new Girl Scouts that are like, hell no. We just as strong as these boys are. We want to shoot bow and arrows. We want to go camping. We want to do
Yes.
the same things and have the same opportunities the boys do. And it's a problem. So I kind of agree with them to the point to where the school system did sort of let them down to a
Yes.
certain extent. It took away things that allowed us as kids to grow into adulthood to know these things. Because some of our parents was not around to teach us to cook. So we learned how to bake that cake in home ec. Some of our parents were not around to teach us how to work on the car because some of these women were single mothers. Some of the father was already gone for my generation. Because you got to remember, I was born in 79. You had a lot of, that's when cocaine and crack and that stuff was big. So you had families that was broken up, families that's now living with grandma and granddaddy, and grandma and granddaddy is 60 years old. They ain't working on damn cars. They ain't out there doing that shit.
Oh,
You know, it's like we take my car around the corner and somebody else working on it. You know, so it's a different. I'm just being honest.
It's right. You are. You
Different
are.
way of living than what we had, because I had all of those and my kids do not have any of that now. I appreciate all that. I know how to write a check. My mother did not teach me how to write a check. The school system taught me how to write that check. My mama didn't teach me how to bake no cake. The school system taught me how to bake that cake. Okay, my mama didn't teach me how to sew. The school system taught me how to sew. So there's some things that I learned that I could have learned from mama. But again, that generation back then, as Tan say, we grew up on music that was about selling drugs, or and in that generation was big on that shit because they was half of them was smoking the drugs. So that's why the music was all talking about selling drugs, because that's what they was doing. They was smoking it. So we had to get that stuff from school. Now the school system expect you as a parent to do that shit now. You know, get your ass up and teach your kids how to write a check. Now I can admit, I didn't teach my kids how to write a check because nobody writing fucking checks no more. Nobody. Now I probably should have taught them how to write a money order because it's just like a check. You know what I'm saying? But they don't do that either. Now they talking about, you got Cash App, you got Venmo. Yeah. I'm just gonna sit and push a button. So they don't need to know how, other than you moving into a house or an apartment where the owner is 70 years old that still believe in money orders and checks. That's the only time you use one. Most of these apartment buildings right now got online payments. You go right sign the hell in. You can see any maintenance problems you done complained about. They like, don't call it for no maintenance issues. You go and you sign in, you log into the maintenance thing, and somebody get back with you in 24 business hours, I promise you. So this new generation don't have it like we had it.
You know
I
what?
miss the old days because I think
they don't have it. Okay, sorry, Jen.
Oh, you're good. I can say basic on best because I had that. Like I was born in '82. I had that. The grandparents showed me how to do it until they unfortunately passed. But then I had mom and dad. Mom, she stole every piece of clothing I wore, and I hated it because they were wearing, because they could tie those all over jumpers was in style, right? She sold every last one of those, and she was a baker. She cooked, so I had the pleasure of having, my grandparents, my mom, teaching me these things. I got her sewing machine somewhere around here. We'll figure out, if I remember how to use it after a while, in the cooking and making stuff from scratch. And I was blessed because I had, mom and dad, still in the household with me. and they could teach me. Dad teaching me how to change a tire and all this stuff. And you're right. You're right. Some generations they didn't have that. It was going extinct because in some areas, you're right. The drugs were just so
prevalent.
It
it was
impacted
on
that
a
neighborhood. Yeah.
it was on a rampage.
Yeah.
So
But
a
it
lot of
was
But
kids
had
get
that
that.
we had that. It takes a village to
to
raise a
raise
child.
a child. That's
Yeah,
right.
and that's how it was in my neighborhood, and I thank God for that every day.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, I be thankful for the nosy neighbors that I used to call when I was
Yeah.
younger, nosy neighbors, but they were actually helping me out. They were
Mhm.
actually helping me out, and I'm so thankful and thank you, Daddy, thank you, Papa. Look, because he taught me a lot of stuff. If he didn't teach me how to change tires and
Mhm.
work on car, I wouldn't know nothing. I wouldn't know nothing. And my mom, she helped me out with showing me a little bit how to cook, but because we didn't have home economics or nothing like that, I had to learn on my own by watching Food Network,
Thank
cooking shows.
you.
Huh?
You went to an academy.
Right.
Yeah. Oh, I
That's
did.
a big
You
difference, honey. Public
went to
school
an
did
academy.
something totally different.
It it was a
Uh-huh.
public school still.
But it was an academy. And using the words academy and charters are different than a regular public school.
Different curriculum. The structure is different.
Okay, so
Everything.
so I'm
Everything.
out of this conversation. I need to just shut
Yeah.
up.
Yeah, we public school here.
Uh,
Yeah.
uh,
We was thrown into the system at a very early age. We had to eat
We
that.
had see what you had, Flo. We used to have pizza, the corn, and salad.
Say that.
Girl, we had open campus. We could go wherever we wanted to go get
See,
something to eat,
shut up,
baby.
Tan. You can't relate to this conversation.
Look, the
So,
Okay.
only way to
All
make
right
it
then.
taste good
All
if
right.
you put a little bit of ranch dressing on the side of it, dip it in there to eat the pizza.
No, I ain't.
Had little
No,
sauce balls on
your pizza wasn't square with
girl,
just the
I didn't
sausages
go
on
to
it.
the
it.
damn. I didn't go to the cafeteria. I didn't want nothing down.
Oh yeah,
No.
you gotta stop talking then. Okay, well
Okay.
we go. Okay, so Jen,
I'm shutting
This is
up.
how we gonna now that we've got the perspective, now that we got the perspective of a 20-year-old and how they, see the world, how they take when we say that they're disrespectful and they're entitled. Can you still say after you get because some of us don't sit down and talk to these younger generations and
That's
ask
right.
why they are the way they are. So now that you can hear the perspective of a 20-year-old, do you still feel like they are entitled or feel entitled or come all disrespectful, lazy, anything like that?
I will put it like this. You have now that 20-year-old, she was on it. They were on it. Period. Now some you sit down, you could not get that kind of insight from them.
That's true.
It's a difference between it. And I'm thinking it's all in the way that they are raised now.
Exactly.
It's
Right
all in
there.
the way they're raised because some of it you can sit there, like I said, answer it, and they will utter out the dumbest shit you have ever heard.
Girl.
And see
Girl
that
wants that.
insight that was gained by that 20-year-old, I love it and I respect it. I really do.
Yeah.
Because they broke it down. I mad respect to them. I give it to them because the 20, oh yeah, Jesus, have mercy, help them, bless them, Lord.
Ah!
Okay, Tan, we're gonna go ahead and we almost to that time right now. We're gonna get your last
Look,
perspective here. What you gotta say?
look. Okay, so the young generation just needs to know that we paved the way for them to have what they have now and for them to be able to be prosperous. That's what they're supposed to be doing, being prosperous. So shoes. Stop asking for stuff that you can find a way to get it yourself. I'm just saying. Stop feeling
Okay.
like we got to give you anything. I ain't got to give you shit. Mm.
Okay. Go ahead. Wait. Jen got her
Okay.
hand up real
Yeah,
quick.
I see.
I get what you're saying, but you said start asking. But some of them, and I will get into you because I have seen it on a day-to-day
Okay.
basis. Some of them do not. and this and it breaks my heart, brings me to tears. They do not have the resources.
That's right.
They do not have that love and support at home.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
right.
And that's the
Okay.
big difference.
That's
And
right.
Gotcha.
they
So, so
seldom do that.
in
They don't.
closing, you know, my how my input on this is I gotta agree with this kid to a certain extent.
Yeah.
I feel like, you know, a lot of the stuff may have been that we consider lazy. It's sort of what we invented it. We gave it to them. We got the smartphone. We did all this. So we can't call them lazy anymore when it comes to stuff like that. If we the one who put all the stuff out there,
Well,
have all the access at hand. I mean, I'm just
don't
being
call them
serious.
lazy.
I can
I ain't gonna
say
call
that,
them lazy.
but you know, in regards to the education wise, I gotta agree with the kid. They're not getting what we got in school. So that's when mom and dad have to step in at that point and teach them those things that they haven't learned in school. But yeah, this was a very good topic. I'm glad we did get the perspective of a 20-year-old input from them, so we can kind of know, why they feel like they may be entitled or why they feel like
Mm-hmm.
they ain't entitled. But I do want to thank everybody for tuning in tonight. Join us October the 10th at 6:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We will be discussing mama boys. That's right, mama boys. Y'all know who y'all are. Until
Y'all
then,
know you are.
all right. Until then, I hope we blew your mind. See you soon. Holla. Bye bye.
Peace.